All right, let's keep it moving. Arian Foster, ex-NFL player. You hear what he had to say?
What did he say?
Arian Foster was trending on Twitter because he was on a podcast, and he was exposing. I love that word. Exposing the NFL for providing teams with scripts that they have to follow for every game that will basically show how the season is going to unfold. And he said that during practice, all they do is they practice the script. He was clearly joking. But I think that some people ran with it.
Well, I don't know, man. It's putting a tinfoil hat on. Just assume I have that tinfoil kufi on, right? I don't know, man. You would think, like, imagine a whole bunch of owners, whole bunch of rich people in these private gambling. Let's say have like a private underground gambling society. You don't think they rigging games? You don't think they say, "Hey, Tom,
they're rigging games.
Tom, throw this one, bro. We'll give you 10, 15 mil under the table, bro."
He's gonna be wide open right in the corner.
Because we're gonna bet that you're gonna lose by a certain amount.
They're definitely rigging the games, and there's already proof. There's cases where referees, for example, have been caught betting on the games and calling the games. So that part is true. The script, no. The script is not true. The script is bullshit.
There's a documentary, and this is like a little different. It's not necessarily the players in on it, but there's a documentary on Netflix about a basketball coach. This is during like the early 2000s era, where he was like rigging games for years. He finally got caught, and they stripped him of all his accolades and his
all that shit is true for sure.
Like, they were making millions, dude. They were making money hand over fist.
I bet.
Think they're not? That's such a big business. You don't think dudes haven't approached like the LeBrons and the Kobes and even just cross sports in general? They haven't approached these top players like, "Hey, man, throw this game. We'll give you 50 mil."
Essentially a script.
Like, we'll give you 50 mil.
Essentially writing a last like 2 minute, 5 minute long script. Essentially, and I believe it. I don't believe in the whole like, oh yeah, like during the beginning of the season, we give these guys scripts and they run it in practice. I don't believe in that. No, that just sounds asinine. But the ignorant people, the fact that people will believe that says all you need to know about American sports. That says all you need to know. The fact that we could just, oh yeah, Arian, because I thought about it for a little bit. I actually thought about it. Because especially in the NFL, they just rig games. Like it's clear. This pass interference thing where they could just throw, hypothetically, they could throw a 99-yard pass interference penalty and move the ball like 99 yards.
Gate. Or like deflate gate.
There's caught
I don't know if
cheating,
that counts, but like, remember,
it's more like a team thing.
I don't know shit about football and basketball.
It's more like a team thing.
But I mean, and you don't think players are secretly betting under the table?
No, they do.
I would. Wouldn't you bet on yourself?
There was a guy a couple seasons.
Get away with it?
I think a guy missed last season. I forget his name. Plays for the Falcons. Pretty sure he missed the entirety of last season because he was caught betting on his own games. I think we talked about that.
Yeah. But I'm like, this stuff, it's whether you get caught or you don't get caught. I really believe these owners get together and bet on games and rig shit. Because the thing is, like, if you all a cabal, let's say a cabal, I got the tinfoil hat on, a cabal of like all the NFL owners, they could just plan out a season. They can't like plan all of it out, but they could definitely look at the playoffs and say, hey man, these are the ones who are going to win, and we're just going to rig it. We're going to just have like certain operatives on different teams who are just like sworn to secrecy, who will sabotage the game.
And you know what else we know? Is that coaches, like you were saying, coaches will sabotage players to thus paint a certain narrative of how the team looks or how the season of the team is going. There's been players that have come out, like Gilbert, I don't know why I can't say his name, Gilbert Arenas, who has said in the past that his coach would come to him, all right, Gilbert, how much you think you're going to average this season? He'll be like, 25, 27. Let's bring that number down to 22. You're going to average 22. You're going to up your assists, that type of shit. Mm-hmm. And they're not able to do what they're fully capable of doing because of a quote-unquote script or a quote-unquote rigging of the games, rigging of the season. It's a real thing, 100%.